Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Tunis, le 5 juillet 2015, qui correspond au 16e jour du mois saint du Ramadan de l'année 1436. Et nous célébrons ce soir la 11e promotion de l'Université internationale de Tunis. Chers invités, chers amis, chers professeurs, bienvenue à l'UIT. Maintenant, j'aimerais vous présenter justement votre parrain de promotion, Monsieur Ahmed Alhendawi, qui est spécialement venu de New York et qui souhaite aussi donner un message important pour la Tunisie, pour l'Afrique et pour la jeunesse, puisque c'est sa mission.
Good evening and congratulations. Please join me in saluting and congratulating the graduates and their families. So, big hands up there. Well, since I like always to speak in the local accent whenever I travel to an Arab country, allow me first to say صحة جريبتكم.
Thank you.
I am at home in Tunisia. أنا في بلدي في تونس. I'm here with you celebrating the graduation of this very promising students of the University, International, and congratulations to all of you on this big day. Dear graduates, you have reached a pivotal moment in your lives, and our world is also at a crossroad. 70 years ago, the United Nations was established. Since then, the United Nations has been helping to end wars and start progress in places where nearly all hope was lost. We have protected millions of people, and we have worked hard to eradicate poverty in all corners of the world. But repression and exploitations continue to exist. Today, we face multiple challenges, tragic crises everywhere, from Syria to Yemen, to the Democratic Republic of Congo, to South Sudan and other places of the world. There are more refugees in our world today, around 50 million, than at any time in history since the end of the Second World War. Inequality is growing, and extremism is spreading. Tunisia itself has been hit twice in the past few months by extremists. In fact, this message, my message to you today, was supposed to be delivered by a video message from New York. So I was not supposed to travel here, but rather to be connected with you by video message from New York. But after the recent attack, I decided to travel and to come to Tunisia and to be with you today to deliver this message. My message and the message of the United Nations is very clear. United Nations stands in full solidarity with the Tunisian and with the Tunisian project, the Tunisian dream, and with the Tunisian people. نحن متحدين مع تونس في وجه الإرهاب، وتونس بلا أدنى شك ستهزم الإرهاب وستبقى منارة أمل للعرب والعالم. أنا شخصيا مدين لتونس، فهي من أعادت لهذا الجيل اعتبار وحلم الديمقراطية والحرية رغم كل التحديات. Tunisia is a country that has inspired my generation and made us all restore hope and assured us that blood, dictatorships, and wars are not the destiny for Arabs, for Africans, or for anyone. Terrorists fear the most from the Tunisian model because it offers alternative that inspires our generation. The international community and all should work together to support Tunisia to become the brightest example of a country that accomplished democratic transition. You have traveled a very important journey so far, but yet the challenges are daunting as well. And the social and economic transition needs to couple this important democratic transition. As you graduate today, take this moment to celebrate, but also to reflect on what you can do for your countries. And here are my advice to you. 3 concrete things you can do. First, make the choice of service. There are many paths in our life, including the one I have personally chosen, the public service. Your countries need you, and the world at large need you. What counts is how much one gives back to the world, and how courageously one fights for what is right and for all those who are in need. In the recent years, we have seen leaders rise and fall. But what stays with me is this truth. When individuals serve others, they enrich themselves. When countries serve the global interest, they advance their own national security. My second message to you is be bold and take initiative. And here I have some good news and maybe some bad news for you. The challenging news or the bad news, unemployment is really high. Globally, there are almost 73 million young persons who are unemployed. And Tunisia, as we heard earlier this evening from His Excellency, the President, around 650,000 Tunisians are unemployed. And globally, we need around 600 million jobs just in the next 10 years. So it's not very easy or bright out there. But here's the good news for all of you. You can make the choice. Either you become job seekers or you become job innovators, and you can invent your own jobs. So make the choice and invent your own jobs and try to take risk. Don't be afraid as you graduate now and go out to the professional life. Don't be afraid of taking risk. Don't be afraid of taking initiative. And don't be afraid of failure. Because many of our generation were always afraid to fail. We're afraid from the social stigma that what if I open a company or enterprise and I fail? You can't really live your 20s to the max if you don't fail. So be encouraged to take that initiative and seek your own solutions in that. You are together with the United Nations. You could also work in tandem with the principles of the United Nations. The United Nations is also taking initiative this year, and we have very important summits coming ahead in September and December to discuss sustainability, climate change, and development. My third message to you is think big, because sometimes you might be the only one standing between you and your regime. My personal story is a testament for that. I have myself studied in a university, or a sister university student, or a sister university to this great university, and I'm very proud and also very encouraged that of something great is happening this summer. Later this year, and there will be a new cooperation. We'll see new type of Euro-Mediterranean cooperation between the new 3 higher education institutions. Together with the International University of Tunis, there will be CEF and Belgian University in Istanbul. They are uniting and joining forces together to establish a new master in advanced European and international relations. Tunis will be one of the major stops of this master, and I myself studied in a similar master program. So students will be studying in 3 countries, in Istanbul, in Turkey, in Tunis, and also in France, in Nice. And I know that sounds like a great academic tour for everyone. And maybe even some of you will decide to even go back to enjoy this academic tour that I enjoyed myself 3 years ago. Such a program, and out of own experience, is not only teaching or only about teaching and learning, but also to develop a network of competence, cooperation, and trust among the next generation of decision makers. So look to the person next to you, and great things about to study in an intercultural and international setting, that you'll never know how far the person next to you will go in life. So make sure you maintain this network. And we have to work together to make sure that you would contribute to solving the problems and the challenges of your countries. Only together we can solve the historical challenges of our times. Only together we will make the 21st century more peaceful than the 20th has been. For all this, cooperation is the key. The trust into our partners, the trust into ourselves, and the trust in the future, into the next generation of parents, of citizens, and of decision makers. Dear graduates, esteemed faculty members, ladies and gentlemen, today you receive your diploma, and this is probably one of the greatest accomplishments a young person can earn, and you should all be proud. But listen carefully, it also comes with a debt. You might have taken loans, some of you maybe, to finish your degree, and now you need to work to pay it back. But there is another also loan that you have to pay back. That is the debt to your society. The responsibility and the privilege that comes with your achievement is to inch the world closer to social justice. And here let me share with you a message from the Secretary General of the United Nations that he always repeats, Mr. Ban Ki-moon. He says, keep your head above the clouds, but keep your feet firmly planted in the ground. In other words, aim high and take practical actions to realize your goals. So choose service, be bold, think big, and act with passion and compassion, and be a global citizen. And I have no doubt that you will go far in life. I'm once again proud to be here and to congratulate you all for your big achievements, and proud to be in Tunisia. This is a great country and this is a great project, and we're all confident that this country, this university, and this group of students will contribute to global justice and global peace, and as Tunisia has always inspired all of us in the world, and the United Nations is also very touched, moved, and inspired by the Tunisian model. I think today, and in response to the terrorist attack and the recent terrorist attack, just students coming strong to the labor market and to their society is the best response that we would ever have today in our world. So raise your voice, be determined to bring justice and to maintain democracies. And with this commitment, I have no doubt that you will take your countries to a better future for all. I thank you very much.